This is Kerry Humphreys from the Doors Collectors Magazine, the editor-in-chief, and we're looking at some sheet music that the Doors have put out over the years. Of course, Light My Fire was their biggest song. It came out in 1967, so the sheet music has been released several different times. Several different versions of some of their songs have come out over the years. There actually are some memorabilia dealers that specialize in sheet music, and sometimes you can pick up one or two of them, but it's pretty hard to find a complete collection of them. This is some of the concert ticket stubs. This one we're looking at now is from the Singer Bowl, which was one of the Doors' most famous performances. They had a film crew there, and some of the scenes that you'll see in the Doors videos are taken from that show. This is an Isle of Wight tour program, and this is what it looks like inside. This is when the Doors were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. These are Jim Morrison stamps that were issued in Germany in 1988. This is the Middle-earth London Roundhouse flyer, the show they played with Jefferson Airplane. Life magazine and Acoustic Amps put out a flyer. Henry Diltz took the cover photo for the Morrison Hotel album. This is a 1967 Electra catalog. People take the Doors literally and put them on their cars. These are a couple of the license plates that people have sent to me. In Poland there was a vinyl shortage, and so people were so desperate to hear their Doors music that they found a way of imprinting the records onto the laminate of postcards. Actually, these are Polish postcards, but they really work. These are Philco Hip Pocket records. There are books published all over the world about Jim Morrison. It's very hard to maintain a collection of all these releases, but these are some of the titles that have come out from Europe, Italy, Spain, Venezuela, just about any place you can think of. The hardest to find book about Jim Morrison would have to be the 3 books that were written by Hervé Muller. There's been probably about 10 or 15 different lyric books that have come out with lyrics and music. Danny Sugarman's Complete Lyrics book is an excellent source of reference for songs and their lyrics. There's been a lot of controversy about the Doors books. There's several different authors writing about Jim Morrison. Several of them, of course, never knew Jim. They're kind of book learned about the subject, and they're just reiterating what they've read and passing it on. So there is quite a controversy about how many of these books are true, how much information is correct, and how much is myth. The Doors Collectors Magazine comes out quarterly. The Doors have had an incredible amount of 45s come out from all over the world. Some of these picture discs are sought-after collectibles. You're looking at some Japanese 45 sleeves right now. These are amongst the hardest in the world to find. Several of the Doors singles have been released in foreign-speaking countries. These picture sleeves are from Argentina and Spain. Some of the 45s that have come out from different markets in Germany, Portugal, France, Italy, they're kind of interesting because they feature outtakes of the photos that they used for the US sleeves. The rarest and hardest to find 45 single picture sleeve is the first single that the Doors released, which was Break On Through. This was released before Light My Fire proved that it would be the hit rather than Break On Through. The Doors chose Break On Through because they thought it had the best chance of making it to #1. Doors have been issued on bootleg. This is a 45 bootleg. This is Jim Morrison's Dictionary. It's in the Ray Manzarek collection. These are the acetates that are owned by Ray Manzarek. As you can see, Jim Morrison's name and phone number is down there on the corner. These are the acetates that Jim walked the streets with, trying to get a label to represent them. This is Jim Morrison's first book of poetry that was published for the general public. This is a picture of the 1968 Souvenir Doors tour program. You could buy these at any concert that the Doors did. This is a look inside the book. I think at the time these sold for around $1 or $2 a piece. It features several very rare photos of the Doors, lots in color. It's a very psychedelic look at the period as well as at the Doors. Doors tour programs are a very sought-after item by collectors. Usually when the Doors tour programs turn up, they're already in the hands of collectors who love and cherish them, and they don't often come up for auction or for sale. Thank you for checking out some of this Doors memorabilia with me.